abandonment, fear of other people's opinions, fear of being kicked out of the tribe, fear of not being loved, whatever it might be. And so you've got to understand there's some sort of fear. When you feel perfectionism, it's really a calling for you to be like, hey, take a step back. What are you afraid of? And so it's important to do this and to not compare ourselves to unrealistic standards, and to just really appreciate the journey of, hey, I'm getting better. I'm always getting better. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. I'd rather finish something at 95% done than try to get 100% perfect. Because you can get something done, like if it's a work project, or a painting, whatever is a piece of music, you can get it 95% done in a week, 2 weeks, whatever it might be that you're building, right? To get that 95 to 100% perfect, probably never going to get there. So it's like, get to done is better than perfect. Get to it. Progress over perfection. It's okay. And so number 4 is just letting go of this perfection that I have. Number 5 is reframing failure as a learning opportunity. So many people really struggle with failure. I struggled with failure for a long time. And I realized after studying a lot of very successful people is that the most successful people in the world have been failures majority of their lives. It's like the creator of Honda says, success is 99% failure. You just need that 1% to just be a great slave. And so the most successful people have usually faced 10 times more failure than someone who's unsuccessful. So I thought to myself, okay, if that's the case, then I just need to work faster and work harder so that I can get all my failures out of the way and eventually find success. And I can use my failures as a stepping stone to become greater and become better. And to let go of my fear of judgment and my fear of criticism and my fear of failure, my fear of not being good enough. And when I do quote unquote fail, it's really an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to adapt and refine my strategies so that I can find the thing that actually works. Sometimes you gotta throw a lot of stuff at the wall before something sticks. And I'm just trying to throw as much at the wall as fast as possible so I can find the one thing that sticks. That's the one thing I found with the most successful people is they focus on speed. Speed to fail as often as possible so that they can eventually get there to success faster. Unsuccessful people I found delay, because they don't want to mess up or fail in some sort of way, and they never actually find that diamond in the rough that is their success. And so that's number 5. Number 6, huge thing for me and a huge thing for a lot of people out there, is cultivating this habit of positive self-talk. I tell people when I was younger, if you would have had a radio, like a speaker on the side of my head that broadcast everything I was saying to myself, I was just like so hard on myself for mistakes and for failures and for not doing things right. And I was just not really super positive with myself. Now I tell people, if I had a speaker on the side of my head that's just broadcasting my thoughts, you'd be like, that dude's completely full of himself. And it's not that I'm full of myself, it's that I want to speak better to myself than anybody else in the world does. And the reason why is because this world, success, happiness, joy, failure, creating life as a human is hard. I don't want to beat myself up and make it even harder. I want to make it even easier on myself and even happier for myself than anybody else. And so you have to become aware of these positive talking patterns that you need to adapt in your life, and also start to be aware of these negative self-talk patterns that you need to get rid of. When you notice yourself talking negatively to yourself, challenge that thought and reframe that thought into something different. Replace your limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations. And I've said this for a while recently, but like for a long time I thought affirmations were kind of corny and stupid and I never talked about it. Now it's like, I have my affirmations, I have the way that I speak to myself. I am constantly trying to brainwash myself into believing what I want to believe about myself so that I can be the person I need to be, I don't get in my own way, and I create in this world what I want to create. So I would recommend for you, life is hard enough as it is. Being an asshole to yourself doesn't make it any easier. I promise you that. And so how can you start to talk to yourself the same way that you would talk to your friend? And if you have children and they're trying to get better at a sport, you're not going to talk trash to your young 5-year-old. You're going to try to build them up. You got this. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Whenever they have a success, celebrate it. Whether they're a failure, ain't no worries. You can do it. I know you can. And so you've got to learn to be your best friend and speak to yourself the way that you would speak to a friend, a loved one, your children. And then focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. So that's number 6. And then number 7 is to get into this habit of feeling fear, because we all feel fear. I was talking earlier on a live that I was on a Zoom call with this course that I'm running, Mindset 2.0, and I was talking about the fact that, like, even yesterday, I felt visceral fear, and I had to talk myself out of my feelings, talk myself out of what I was thinking about and what I was mulling over, and then take action anyways. And so it's this thing of feeling fear, but